What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with a brief news update for Destiny 2, some PSAs about maintenance for cross-save stuff that Bungie are doing, updates about content this week, and some feedback and things that Bungie are looking at in the game. So guys, if you enjoyed the video, a rating really helps me out, but now let's get into it. So first up, a pretty big one to know about this week is going to be a 12-hour or up to 12-hour maintenance period for the game. So this week, on Thursday, June 27th at 7 AM PDT, Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 are going to come offline for maintenance, but this maintenance will actually run up until 7 PM PDT. So that is when maintenance is expected to conclude, but it does mean up to around about 12 hours of actual downtime for the servers tomorrow. And obviously that is a fairly significant amount of time. I believe we've only ever really seen that a couple of times in the past maybe, but Bungie say this is to prepare for cross-save in Destiny 2 later this fall. DMG added that there's a bit to do on the back end to prep for fall and cross-save, and there will be a few more maintenance windows. No current details on the length or dates for those just yet, but they will let us know as soon as they can. So definitely expect some more specific maintenance dates over the course of the summer, because of course the platform changes, Stadia, cross-save, all of that stuff, there's quite a lot for Bungie to get right. And quite a lot of technical behind-the-scenes stuff as well. So bear that in mind for this week, Thursday, June 27th, 7 AM PDT, which is 3 PM in the afternoon in the UK. Servers will go down for around about 12 hours. But in the meantime, over the summer, of course, we get more Opulence stuff, and we'll be seeing reveals for new content. GuardianCon is later on next week. That's going to be pretty neat, and they will be revealing a new exotic weapon that we've never seen. So you'll be able to check that out at the event, and I'm sure there'll be some sneaky pictures and stuff like that. But otherwise, Bungie have a lot of details to give us about Shadowkeep itself. We learned late last week that Armor 2.0 will apply to specific pieces of new gear, and that Bungie will actually be rolling out Armor 2.0 sets over time, so it won't affect all of the armor in the game, but there are a lot of other things that we don't really know about the content for Shadowkeep, so I will be keeping you posted over the next few weeks. Let us know your thoughts about that below, but to round up a couple of additional things here, this week we did get the Heroic Menagerie, and we covered new rewards for that yesterday, including a new ship, Masterwork weapon drops, the Izanagi's Burden Catalyst, the class swords, and some tips to actually clear it, so you can check that out linked below if you like. But there are weekly curated modifiers for the Heroic Menagerie, and as pointed out by Hudson over on Reddit, they are visible on Destiny sets. So this week we get Void Singe with Extinguish, Iron and Blackout, but the next one in the rotation is for the boss Aronak, which comes with Extinguish, Match Game, and Attrition, and then the Solar Singe week is for Paguri, and that has Grenadier as well as Famine. And then Extinguish, of course, is always active in the Heroic version. So generally speaking, the modifiers are going to be fairly tough. Solar Singe Week does have Grenadier, so it's about the only buff we really get from the modifiers in Heroic Menagerie. Just a heads up on what to expect as that rolls out week over week. There's been some mixed feedback on Heroic Menagerie. Of course, it is quite a difficult activity, and so really that depends on the kind of content you want. Some players really want slightly more difficult content, and I guess as well it depends if the rewards for Heroic Menagerie are interesting to you. Safe to say that the base version of Menagerie is kind of the primary mode. Heroic has a few additional rewards. Of course, you can kind of get additional enhancement cores and stuff, and otherwise use it to get triumphs and things like that for the Shadow title. But as always, I'd love to hear any thoughts that you have about it down below. There's been some feedback about repeat Nightfalls, so I get a lot of comments about these on reset videos and stuff. Somebody pointed out it has been 10 weeks since we had Lake of Shadows, and in terms of the general rotation, Cosmo did say the team has been made aware. As we saw a couple of months back, Bungie did kind of manually adjust some of the Nightfalls after they rolled out, and we have had some bad luck on certain Nightfalls and then repeat Nightfalls over and over again, so hopefully Bungie will look at that. DMG did summarise some of the feedback they've seen about the Iron Banner quests this season, and that includes that the quest format works for armor acquisition, but specific steps are not particularly enjoyable. They see good feedback on how players have a direct path to earn armor, but some specific objectives are very time intensive for a single season. And the grenade objectives can be pretty difficult to complete. They also recognise that with the quest being character-based, it doesn't particularly help, and that the Iron Banner engram has quite a lot of loot in the pool. So of course it makes it pretty difficult to get random rolls on specific things. These are all the kind of points of feedback they're taking with the current system, and if you want to add to that, I will link it down below. I'd also be curious to hear any of your thoughts about it in the comment section. But once again, Cosmo did remind players that for Lord of Wolves, they can't turn it off for a particular activity or platform, so taking it away from everyone until the fix goes out is weighing heavily into their calculus. but they previously said that obviously if the Lord of War's situation continues to escalate, they could explore the option of actually turning the weapon off. I've definitely heard more people talking about it over the past few days, so I'd be curious to hear your thoughts on whether you think that it would be worthwhile potentially turning the weapon off. I'll be honest, I haven't played a huge amount of PvP over the last few weeks, but it's safe to say there is a lot of conversation about it regardless. For today though guys, that's going to round up this quick update. Just wanted to let you know about the server downtime and the fact that it looks like we'll be getting more downtime over the course of the summer. I'm sure it'll all be worth it once we roll around to Shadowkeep and we've got functionality like cross-save. But if you found the video useful, a rating below really helps me out. If you're new to the channel and you want to keep up to date with Destiny 2, then feel free to hit that subscribe button. But for now, thanks as always for tuning in, and I will catch you all very soon.